So we'll dive right in. We have a lot to cover this time. One reason for that is the surprising addition of a new feature of EVO that was expected to drop way later down the project's roadmap, something we will discuss later as well, actually. So Update 0.2 now introduces randomized clouds, bringing virtually unlimited variety to the skies of Richard Burns Rally. Lisa, what do you have for us?
Yes, so as you just mentioned, clouds make a surprisingly early appearance in the EVO update lifecycle. I'm here with one of the lead designers going to walk us through this new addition. What can you tell us about this new feature?
So first off, I have to say that this is still a work in progress and that the first rollout will only cover dry clouds for now, with damp and wet clouds following in future updates. So basically there are 6 different cloud types in RBR. There is clear, partly clouded, clouded, overcast, and 2 different precipitation clouds. While vanilla Richard Burns Rally only used 1 cloud pattern for each of these cloud types and actually repurposed some clouds for multiple cloud types, making cloud variation very limited. So EVO now has 20 different cloud patterns for each of the 6 cloud types, ramping that number up to 120 different clouds, just for the dry clouds.
Yeah, clouds are like kind of famous for their various shapes.
Want to see more? Here are lots and lots of clouds.
What? Wow, there are really quite a lot. But please move on. I'm getting kind of dizzy with you flipping through them like this.
The EVO Service Park Launcher provides different options to apply these new clouds. You can, for example, one time apply random clouds, which will make EVO pick 1 cloud for each cloud type and then leave it as is. You can also, however, activate the option to randomize the currently used clouds on every startup of RBR. And what you also can do is you can activate a time loop that applies new randomly picked clouds every 10 minutes as long as RBR is running, pretty much resulting in different clouds being applied every time you start a new stage, roughly.
All right, thanks. That was quite extensive. Well, I noticed there were quite a lot of chemtrails in between these clouds, so better fasten your tinfoil hats because things might get weird from now on. So much for now from the cloud front. Back to you, Jim.
All right, moving on. In another surprising
I don't really
development.
see it either.
Say what? What did you just say, Lisa?
No, I was just saying that these clouds look more like blurry blobs or something. Never mind.
All right, as I just said, let's move on. In another surprising twist, after months of back and forth, the EVO roadmap first leaked to the public through thousands of revealing emails and has now finally been officially released. Pam, can you confirm? Is the roadmap really out? Did this actually happen?
Yes, it is sitting on my desk right now, waiting to be reviewed. So here, take a look. Here is the actual EVO roadmap. And honestly, these are clearly the writings of a madman. Here, have a look. I mean, between these strange number matrices scattered throughout the notebook, there are other oddities too. Like the phone number of a woman who, after some research, turned out to be a bunny rabbit chiropractor, along with several other completely unintelligible scribbles. But on one page, buried in all this weirdness, there is the EVO release timetable, somewhat cleanly laid out. Some entries are already in the past, so we might use them to judge its accuracy. For example, Update 0.1 and the addition of the reshade feature were pretty much spot on. Other things, however, are all over the place. Apparently, the current edition of the cloud expansion seems to have come as a surprise addition even for the team itself. But if we apply at least some credence to these writings, Update 0.3 is going to include the Subaru Impreza car skin we've seen in nearly every EVO clip already. And it will also introduce the first of the new audio features, randomized ambient sounds and crowd cheers, with apparently more than 100 new sounds, compared to the default 7 or 8, I might add. And according to this roadmap, update 0.4 will focus on further expanding the EVO cloud and audio systems, with the addition of clouds for damp weather scenarios on the one hand, and adding new surface sound effects on the other hand. Then, moving further down the roadmap, update 0.5 is apparently set to expand these features yet again, adding wet clouds and a whole library of car crash sounds. In some previous leak, we were already promised an ambitious millions of possible crash sound combinations, so we'll see. One of the main takeaways from this, at least according to this document, is that the plan seems to be to complete the core features of EVO by the end of next summer, possibly entering a 1.0 stage of the mod. And these are just the additions we will get with the major updates, like the current 0.2 update. In between, the project is planning to continue to add custom particle mods to each newly released stage, along with adjustments and expansions to their weather settings. But then, things get strange again in this notebook when you look at the wording. I mean, what's a sub-update? What does this even mean? Every single update in every single project, well, maybe except for the final one, maybe, is a sub-update. I mean, that's how updates work, isn't it?
That's my understanding as well, but who knows? This is the same project that in the past flooded the scene with some annoying RBR Plus and RBR Plus Plus and Plus 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 talk and conflated RBR with porn. So, anything else you found in that road book?
No, nothing of substance, really. I mean, no, really nothing. Just gibberish. But I might give you the number of the bunny rabbit chiropractor later.
Sounds promising. Okay, so much for that for now. Do we have time to get into the crafting of the weather settings? Can I throw it back to Lisa? Okay, well then, Lisa, just a quick look for now. I hear you're with one of the EVO engineers responsible for the weather settings. I've got a lot of opinions about Reshade that he really needs to hear.
Yes, so I'm here with... Wait, are you the same guy from the cloud bit?
No, not at all. Totally different guy.
Okay, can you take us through the process of the adjustment of a weather setting?
And ask him about Reshade.
So the first step in adjusting a stage is usually to correct its brightness levels.
Well, I have to say, this Reshade preset looks dumb. All Reshade effects look stupid and are for stupid kids.
Well, Reshade isn't even active yet.
Okay, I can totally see that. Yeah.
Okay, so let me get back to it now.
Yes.
These settings are not universal. Each stage in RBR has its own maximum brightness threshold. Once you exceed
Have
that
you
point,
asked him about
you're
Reshade
no longer
yet?
brightening the scenery.
Lisa,
Instead, you
Lisa,
start washing out shadows
ask him
and
about
altering particle
Reshade.
colors, depending on other
Can you turn
parameters.
Reshade off, please?
Okay.
It hurts my eyes. I might have gotten cancer from it for all I know.
Reshade's still not active. We haven't touched Reshade at any point of this.
Well, he doesn't seem to respond to my questions, really. Maybe they are too hard-hitting for him.
Well, would you mind? I'd like to get back to it. After experimenting with the various brightness parameters, here's what I arrived at. I maximized the brightness while preserving all shadows, avoided unwanted color shifts that usually occur as a result of that, adjusted the sun values and its direction, and set the car shadow parameters. Here is a before and after comparison showing what is achieved simply by configuring the brightness levels correctly.
All right, I can see no difference whatsoever.
Turn it off. I can see no difference, but at the same time, it makes everything look awful and RBR unplayable. Alright, there you have it. That's all for now. Over on the Patreon page, you'll find an additional manual covering the new functions of the cloud feature. And as always, we'll be back with the next update. See you then.
Brought to you by the official Roadmap Cam. Roadmap Cam, for your Roadmap Cam needs.
Hey, would you mind holding my microphone while I'm talking?
Not at all, no. As long as you are holding it for me too.
Yes.